I guess we're back.
Okay, all right. So we're talking fitness.
We're talking fitness.
Yeah, we're getting into it. So welcome back. For the past month or so, we've been talking about workouts you can do from the comfort of your own home.
Right. So even if you're a couch potato, personal trainer Marco Iagulli. All right. Has some easy moves that'll get you moving. And actually, we're going to start off by talking about maybe goals and nutrition too, and things to help us set up where we want to be. I was just talking. I'm going to be 40 this year.
Amanda, you should be proud of that.
I am.
I never understand that. Be proud of it, Amanda.
But I want to make sure that as we get older, we blame a lot of things on getting older. This hurts, that hurts, so on and so forth. I want to feel good. I want to be able to chase around my daughter, do all those things, and maybe look good, too. So you can help us with all of that.
Oh, of course, absolutely. And we were talking right before the camera went on is you determine what your goal is. So don't let other people tell you what you should look like, but if you say, you know what, I'd love to look like that, then you have to learn exactly what it takes to reach that goal, and then you have to follow that structured plan until you reach that goal. That's how all of them did it. So everyone else that has great success followed structure. That's how they achieve those goals. It could be anything in life, you know?
Yeah.
So I've noticed a lot of times people will work really hard to get through college, and then they go, you mean I have to spend 30 minutes lifting weights? That's just so much dedication. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm confused here. You know?
So, Marco, where does it start? Where does it start?
So, nutrition is foundational. So even if somebody was only about health, only about weight loss, only about achieving a goal with a sport, if you don't have the nutrition plan correct, no matter how you train, you're not going to get the kind of result you expected. You could get superficial progress, maybe, and then there's a lot of people that try and they struggle and they don't reach their goals and they're wondering why.
So what's the percentage of nutrition when it comes to things? Is it 60%, 80%? What would you say?
And I've been a known expert in the industry for over 30 years, so I'm older than you. But I do say I'm in age denial. So
but I was going to say, you don't feel like it.
No. So I don't say percentage the way we always have heard it.
Okay.
So dispelling that concept. They're both equal, they're both 100%.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
If you don't have your training correct, you don't get the result you want. If you don't have the nutrition right, you don't get the result you want. You could have perfect training concepts, but poor nutrition concepts, and you're wondering, why am I struggling over here? So it's always 100%. People have said that for decades. Oh, it's all nutrition. It's 90% nutrition. It's like, well, no, it's both have to be correct or else you're missing the boat, you know?
I like to hear that. You know,
I do too.
It's about both. I've been hearing the word macro a lot. Can you explain to me what a macro is and how that goes into our nutrition?
So we don't want to get confused with my name, Marco, and macro. Macro is, what would you think of it as being compared to micro?
Bigger.
So macros are your larger nutrients.
Okay.
Micro are like vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
So macros are a protein, a carb, and a fat.
Okay.
This is what makes a balanced meal. Anything other than these three being equal is not called balanced. They're not balanced. So if you have a bunch of protein and no carbs, you have not a balanced meal.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
You get valuable nutrients from all three.
So I have to count all of them on my plate. You know, this is I got my protein, my fat, my carbs.
Yeah, so you want to think of the meal that way. It becomes habit.
Okay.
So later on, after you've had to weigh and measure and things like that.
Right, so it's not so complicated
You
where
start
you're thinking like that.
okay, so when I go out to eat, the restaurant's giving me this much rice, and then here's my vegetable and my meat. Scrape all that carb away to where it's about a portion that's a serving that's along with your serving of your meat and the veggies if you went to like an Asian restaurant or something as an example. Same with if it's a steak dinner, they're always giving you enough food for 2 people. Cut everything in half, have one meal that night, and tomorrow night you get to have the same meal you had at the restaurant.
Yeah, so something very practical for folks to do
yeah,
when it
most
comes
people
to
are
eating.
overeating.
Yeah.
Most people, that is the #1 problem problem. It's not so much how sedentary they are, because I know sedentary people that are skinny, because they're nibblers. The same sedentary person that's overweight is because they're gorging. They're eating way too much all the time, every single day, and it slowly accumulates. So I tell people that worst case scenario, if you don't want to change your lifestyle, if you don't want to change what you're eating and get in the mindset of I'd like to start eating healthier, keep eating the same junk, whatever you like, if it's bad for you. But if you cut the portion way down, to a lot of people, they could go to a third or a fourth if they eat too much, you know? And start having that littler portion of it, and your health would improve. Blood sugar would come down, things like that. Even if you were eating junk, I developed a diabetics program, but I've told people even if you ate sugar all day, if it was only that amount, your blood sugar would drop.
It's because people are overdoing it.
You got to look at that serving size on the back of the bag.
That's a part of it, yes.
Yeah, so Marco, your thought process for us to start, nutrition, right? 100% in when it comes to working out and 100% in when it comes to eating properly. So, that's what we should do.
Yeah, and when it comes to weight loss, I don't like that word because it's vague in general. Your body is made up of a bunch of different things, but one of the biggest things that people lose and never think about, doctor doesn't tell anybody, is muscle loss. So when you're on a weight loss plan, you should be focused on how do I lose fat without losing the muscle at the same time, which is why everybody gains their weight back faster afterwards, because they resort to under eating to lose weight, which makes them, it's technically called starving, no matter what the gimmick is called. If you undereat, you lose muscle while you're losing fat. So you say, I lost weight, I know what I'm doing. It's like, no, you don't.
Not as strong.
You just lost some muscle. Muscle's the most metabolic mass on the body, so when you have less muscle, you burn less calories, which makes it easier for you to gain fat back afterwards.
Gotcha.
That's why people rebound badly, and they keep getting bigger and bigger after every new diet they go down.
Into this rotation, this unhealthy cycle. Okay, so over the course of the next few weeks, you're going to show some moves and things too. So our viewers, we want them to stay tuned for that on Thursdays. Mark is going to show us some things.
Yeah, things that you can do right at home. So that's always beneficial.
And cheap.
Okay.
We like that.
I like that a lot.
Thank you very much for being here to get us started today. We appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Good Day. Stay with us.